250 laps to the checkered flag. Pit road speed 30 miles per hour. Pace car, his speed 35 tonight.
Here's the way they set up front. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, row 2. Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, row 3. Eric Almirola, Chase Elliott. Then it's Matt DiBenedetto, Kevin Harvick. Rounding out the top 10 starters, Eric Jones and Alex Bowman. The field now into the Geico restart zone. The green flag is out, and we're racing under the lights here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Pole sitter Denny Hamlin with a quick jump.
Jump from the outside. Fighting for second now. Kurt Busch will pull alongside Kyle Larson, who's pinned to the bottom. Right behind Busch, it's Martin Truex Jr.
The pole sitter Denny Hamlin leads lap number 1. Kurt Busch on the outside has the second spot. To his inside, Larson running third.
Behind them, a little slip for Eric Almirola gives that 5th position to Chase Elliott. Now to the inside of Almirola. Here comes Matt DiBenedetto.
Kyle Larson has taken over the second spot. Riding third, it's going to be Kurt Busch. Then it's Martin Truex Jr. A battle behind them with Matt DiBenedetto and Chase Elliott.
Already we're seeing 2, sometimes 3 grooves of racing down the back straightaway. Hamlin's advantage has shrunk to 2 car lengths over Larson.
Here's Truex. Hard to the inside. Looks like he'll grab third. Slides up in front of Kurt Busch. Then door to door. DiBenedetto inside. Chase Elliott outside.
Fastest in practice yesterday. Matt DiBenedetto has a strong race car at the outset. Flashing to the inside of Chase Elliott and picks up that 5th spot.
Chase Elliott got a little loose after that move. Cost him a little bit of ground. Kyle Larson a single car length off race leader Denny Hamlin.
Watching back in the pack, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is running the very top of the racetrack along with Daniel Hemrick. Now Hamlin begins to leg it out about 5 car lengths over Larson.
Stenhouse on the outside just moved by Daniel Suarez, so he picks up another spot. He's about the only car up on the top side of the racetrack making any progress.
Up ahead, things tightening up for the 4th position. Kurt Busch has it. Matt DiBenedetto would love to grab it away.
Kyle Busch is yet to pick up any substantial ground. Remember, he started 31st in this contest. Got his work cut out for him. The leaders are back in 2.
He knows he's got a great race car. He'll be patient. Talking about Kyle Busch, of course. The front 7 positions now 10 spots, single file.
Joey Logano just dipped underneath Eric Jones, move him up to 8th. Jones running in the 9th spot. Now getting pressure from Ryan Newman. Newman getting pressure from Ryan Blaney.
These cars have not run under these conditions with the sun down. The track quite a bit cooler, so they're feeling out their mounts for the first time.
Saw a lot of drivers experiment with going to the top, but right now everybody down on the bottom of this racetrack. It's Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Martin Truex, the top 3.
Already race leader Denny Hamlin sees Landon Castle, the last running car, in his front windshield as he closes in on the car to put him a lap down.
He'll come down to the straight, 8 laps complete. Kyle Larson now beginning to creep in on the back bumper of Denny Hamlin.
Behind him, that's 3 cars in separation. 5 more back to the 3rd place car of Truex. Another 5 to Kurt Busch, and right on his bumper, DiBenedetto.
Watching up front again, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, 2 car lengths back, 6 car lengths back to Truex. Then it's Kurt Busch, Matt DiBenedetto make up the top 5.
Everybody running the bottom in that sticky stuff down on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get traction as they dive into turn 3.
Denny Hamlin has the lead, but he slips up the racetrack just a bit in turn 4. Kyle Larson closing in.
Looking for a battle for position. Right now we have none. You got to go back to the 12th spot. That's where Brad Keselowski goes to the inside of Eric Almirola in turn 1.
Jimmy Johnson started 30th. He has made his way up to 24th. Kyle Busch now riding 26 here with 11 laps in the books.
Looks like Kyle Busch, for the moment, guys, content to sit right behind Jimmy Johnson and let him punch some holes.
Well, he slipped up the racetrack right there, and Paul Menard dashed under him for a spot.
Uncharacteristic seeing Kyle Busch get out of shape this early in the race. He'll settle in behind Paul Menard, but he's lost touch with Jimmy Johnson.
Johnson started 30th. He has worked his way up to the 24th position. Again, the big situation for both he and Kyle Busch in stage 1. Do not get lapped. Here's your leader, Denny Hamlin, coming up on some lap machines, crosses the stripe, 14 laps complete, coming up on Quinn Halfin, Landon Castle.
Castle's already gone 1 lap down to the race leader. Now Martin Truex Jr., the 3rd place car, puts a lap on Landon.
Denny Hamlin slides up the racetrack, almost gets into the fence. Here comes Kyle Larson diving under Hamlin. We have a new race leader. It's Kyle Larson.
Near disaster for Hamlin. Got very loose in the middle of turn 4. Rear of the car swung out. He gathers it in. He's 3 car lengths back of Kyle.
Now he'll try to gather it back in. He goes way up the racetrack again in turn 4. Larson now lapping Quinn Half as they work their way to turn 1.
With this going on ahead of him, Martin Truex Jr. has closed the gap. He's 3rd. He's closing in on Denny Hamlin, who rides in the 2nd position.
Denny Hamlin's kind of regrouped now. He'll look to the bottom and try to pass Larson coming out of turn 4. Can't get it done. Larson holds on to the lead. This allows Truex to make up some ground.
They're going to work down to the high side of J.J. Yaley. He's about to go a lap down early in the going this afternoon. Less than a car length of separation between Larson and Hamlin.
Now they swing around Reed Sorensen, drop him a lap down. Hamlin now really putting on the pressure. He wants that #1 spot back.
Hamlin much more aggressive in his driving style right now. Uncharacteristically, he's usually patient. Right now, Kyle Larson is one just running a very smooth line.
Denny Hamlin this time in turns 3 and 4 goes to the high side. That gives Larson a little bit of advantage. Also lets Truex chop down that advantage.
Truex now closes in on the back bumper of Hamlin. They're on the bottom of the racetrack. Now they'll swing up to the top as they try to close in on race leader Kyle Larson.
Kyle Weatherman, a lap car, was a pick for Denny Hamlin. Hamlin had to back out of it. Meanwhile, Martin Truex Jr. has joined the battle. 3 cars now fighting for the top spot.
And not too far behind, Kurt Busch is in a battle with Matt DiBenedetto. That continues for the 4th position.
All right, they got to negotiate lap traffic in the person of B.J. McLeod here. That'll be pretty easy for Larson. Here comes Hamlin. Truex is next in line.
And they can take a deep breath because it will be a while before they get to any more cars in jeopardy of going a lap down. Larson's lead over Hamlin, 1 car length.
Hamlin goes way up the racetrack. Will he get a good run off the top side as he goes after Kyle Larson? Gets a great run as he now tries to drive around Larson in turn 1.
Yes, you're hearing us right. Kyle Larson is on the bottom and Denny Hamlin is on the top. We expected exactly the opposite.
This time Hamlin works the high side again. Larson literally glued down on the bottom of this racetrack. Hamlin gets a great run coming off of 4 and makes it a sprint down the front stretch.
If you can make the top work, it has great momentum off the corner. That's where Denny Hamlin really gains his ground on Larson.
Here they are working side by side at the exit of turn number 4. Larson to the bottom, Hamlin on the top side. Hamlin will lead that lap.
Behind them, Martin Truex Jr. nearly caught the outside wall. He's lost about 10 car lengths and falls into the clutches of the 4th place car of Kurt Busch.
Up front, it's Larson down on the bottom. Hamlin actually led the last lap. He will lead this one as he pulls in front of Kyle Larson. It's 10 car lengths back to Truex in 3rd.
Josh Malicki about to go a lap down. He'll ride on the low side of the racetrack and give the leaders room up top.
So Hamlin back out front as they come out of turn number 4. Lap 26 goes up on the board. Here at Bristol Motor Speedway, Hamlin now beginning to leg away from Larson.
No changes among the top 5 for the last 10 laps or so, but good battles have ensued. Hamlin now stretches it to 3 car lengths over second-running Larson.
Taking a look at Matt DiBenedetto, he right now is riding in the 5th spot, and Mark, he has not lost contact with these front 4 cars.
No, he certainly hasn't, Doug. It looks like he's very comfortable now. And again, documenting the progress of Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch. Johnson started 30th. He has worked his way up to 22nd. Kyle Busch started 31st. He is in the 24th position. So, Rob Albright, they've got a lot of heavy traffic they're trying to deal with now.
And there's some pretty decent cars in front of them. Ryan Preece, Ty Dillon right in front of them, Michael McDowell. First up, however, will be the car of Ross Chastain. He's battling to stay on the lead lap.
Watching Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, and Paul Menard, they are caught in a group of lap cars. It got really interesting off the exit of 4 a moment ago. And Kyle Busch right now, Mark, hasn't put on the charge I thought he would early on from back there.
He's been real patient, Doug, working that lap traffic, but both he and Jimmy Johnson a moment ago split some lap cars. So, again, they do not want to go down a lap here in stage 1. They want to stay in contention there, and it looks like they're doing a pretty good job of it here early on.
For the moment, not in danger of going down a lap to race leader Denny Hamlin. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Denny Hamlin caught in heavy traffic in turn 2.
Boy, he made it 3 wide, sandwiching in between Quinn Houff and Landon Castle. But in doing that, he pulls well away from Larson.
Larson had a lot harder time getting through all of that lap traffic. That lets Denny Hamlin pull out to about a 6 car length advantage over second place running Kyle Larson.
And it enables Martin Truex Jr. to close up on Kyle Larson. He's now just 3 car lengths back of Kyle.
So Denny Hamlin is your leader. 34 laps complete here at Bristol, and we'll be right back.
It's summer. Summer. Time to try new things. New things. Just peel the wristband on every 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola to unlock thousands of surprises. So many surprises. Festival tickets, seats for the game, hotel stays. Stay in a real hotel. Why am I repeating myself in a whisper? I'm excited about these Coca-Cola summer experiences. Coca-Cola summer experiences. Now you're getting it. Enjoy summer. Enjoy Coca-Cola.
Changing your car's oil should be fast, simple, and done right. So at Advance, we're making getting everything you need faster and simpler with the right oil, the right filter, at the right price every day. Get 5 quarts of Mobil 1, Pennzoil, Valvoline, or Castrol Edge synthetic oil, and a Purelator Boss or CarQuest premium oil filter for $32.99. Plus, get a free Renault F1 hat when you buy 5 quarts of Castrol Edge. Think ahead. Think Advance. At Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
All right, let's put the wraps on our Straight Talk Wireless fan poll. The question was, which one of these drivers is most likely to miss the playoffs? Ryan Newman, Clint Boyer, Daniel Suarez. 43% of the folks that voted said Jimmy Johnson. Thanks a lot. We'll have another fan poll coming up a little bit later on. Kyle Larson right now slides around Jimmy Johnson. Around Denny Hamlin, Rob Albright.
He made a great move going into turn 1, using the lap car of Michael McDowell as a pick to take that top spot away from Hamlin.
So Michael McDowell running in 30th spot. That leaves 29 cars left on the lead lap. Kyle Larson begins to get away from Denny Hamlin. We'll take a quick break and come right back to Bristol Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, this is Brett McMillan. Each week in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Pit Reporters, we give you an honest look at the week's news.
If you're going to make the mistake, well, then you better kick it in gear and make up for it.
All of these teams going forward now just have to be consistent. They can't go back to being 15th or worse.
Competitors want to go out on top. You don't want to stink when you go out.
Join me, Brett McMillan, for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Pit Reporters, each week on PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
From the Granite State of New Hampshire down through North Carolina and all the way to California, the Speedway Motorsports Incorporated footprint is truly national.
Start your engine!
This is Bristol.
Hey,